Hi, Geminis. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl. We're looking at May 2nd through May 8th. And this is one of those weeks when, once again, Mercury, your ruler, the planet of communication and clear thinking, is out of phase. And it's out of phase in Taurus, your 12th house of past karma, self-renewal, and subconscious. So some of you could be having some pretty interesting hair-raising dreams where you feel as if you're taking many trips down memory lane and wondering why you keep thinking about exes or old friends or people in the family that you haven't seen in a long time. It could also be stirred up due to the fact that, of course, on Sunday it's Mother's Day and the moon is going to be in your sign. And Gemini, you are the sign that actually rules the ruler of mothers. And you get caught up in a nasty crossfire between Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune that can start those family skeletons shake, rattle, and rolling. The good news is that this short shootout lasts only for a day. The bad news is that it happens on Mother's Day. So just keep that in mind. And if you're out somewhere with your mother or your partner's mother or a friend's mother and you can feel that things are starting to escalate, veer the conversation into much nicer, greener pastures. That's something you're very good at doing. So there's a supermoon, the third supermoon of the year in your 12th house of, as I said, past karma. And that's where Mercury, your ruler, is out of phase as well. So if you go looking on social media for trouble, you're going to find it. And by trouble, I mean checking on your ex or exes or what your ex-best friend is up to or family member or someone you used to work for or with. And if that's something that you go looking for, you may see something you don't like. And that's on you because, listeners never hear good of themselves. Or there's a saying, people who used to stand outside and listen in keyholes back in the old days when we had keyholes indoors. And, it's really important that if you go looking, you're going to find something that could very well upset you, and you'll have no one else to blame but yourself. So if that's something you really don't fancy this week, then don't go looking. Just stick to, being in the dark, or just stick to knowing what you know and not knowing anything further. And on a last note, I just wanted to say that Prince, the artist who passed away so unexpectedly and suddenly, was a Gemini, June 7, and very much a Gemini. There's a lot of musicians born under the sign of Gemini. Lenny Kravitz, Alanis Morissette, and of course Prince. And he really was an original and someone that will be sorely missed because he really was, from all accounts, a wonderful, wonderful person. And just to know that you're in very good company. And if you've, got any kind of musical outlet or yearnings, just know that it's very doable because Geminis do make great musicians, that too. Have a great week, great speaking to you, and I'll speak to you again next week, Geminis.